Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency update. Welcome to the channel. Like and sub if you're serious about the digital asset space, and let's get right into it today. One take and uncut. I got this document here by BNY Mellon to share with you. But first, be sure to subscribe to my second channel. This is Kevin Cage, Uncaged. Again, links are in the description, okay, for the second channel. If you have not watched this latest video I put out, again, the Wolves of Crypto, highly recommend it. I do put in a nugget of information within this information regarding OTC trading that I referenced in a previous video for all of you that are truly interested and have the money to do so. All right, without further ado, right here, Matthew at LINY, Bank, NY Mellon, 5 reasons to tokenize. So I can't click this, but again, just right with the link and source that he has, I want to show you this. So access a broader market ecosystem, talking about the tokenized and digitized economy. This goes hand in hand with the Internet of Value, XRP, bridge assets, interoperability, developing necessary liquidity, the catch-all terms we understand. So 5 reasons to tokenize. Obviously, we're aware of these, but I want to go on because there's something really interesting down below. So simpler, faster, and cheaper capital raising, all right? Access to a broader swath of potential investors, more transparency for all parties to transact, or to a transaction, of course, and then instant settlement with finality. That is the key word, absolute finality. It's not just that, it's not saying it's a payment, it's not, saying settlement, but it's really just payment. They still need to do the, actual settlement on the core ledger. It is true finality instantaneously or relatively close, and improved liquidity, and then potential elimination of unnecessary middlemen, getting rid of the intermediaries. All right, peer-to-peer, business-to-business, you name it. So now I want to talk about, of course, settlements. Now, this is the document. So, of course, we see future perfect, we see tokenization, we see digital assets, we see trading, we see for sale, we see the whole process in the ecosystem. But then right here, this quote, and then I'm going to go to the document. It doesn't change the nature of the asset. It just changes its texture and enables it to be more liquid. Exactly. And this gentleman here from BNY Mellon. Now, this is a concern for many people. If you're tokenizing real estate or equities or securities and, sending that information on the blockchain, you're afraid that the asset's going to change entirely or be lost. Just like old people nowadays are afraid to, wire money over the internet or between banks. They'd rather just write a check. It's so comical to me. I mean, this is the same thing time and time again. And, sorry if you're an old person that does that, but you have to move with the times. I mean, most of us are spending our time in this virtual reality on our phone or, computer more than actual reality. And that's the sad truth. All right. So right here, Brave New World. Tokenization should reduce settlement times and offer big benefits for highly illiquid assets. That's the key. Providing liquidity where there is none. All right, or very little, where there's friction, removing friction, the whole mission of Ripple. So the darker area, potential for tokenization, the darker it is in the center of the circle, it's highly potential. There's a high need, and it's easy to, or relatively easier than the others, to provide tokenization and digitize these types of assets that are in here. So in the center, of course, currency. Yes, we're tokenizing it. We're bridging it. That is what happens when we're, doing this. We have funds. We have private equity, commercial real estate, STOs, securities, all of that. Then on the outside, it gets a little harder or more complex at least. So we have fine art. We have gold and precious metals, palladium, platinum, silver, you name it. And then on the further outside, we have intellectual property, which will absolutely happen, I believe. This can go hand in hand with music if it's your, intellectual property as well. We see equities. We see actual infrastructure, which, could be a catch-all term, and then residential real estate. So obviously, guys, we understand, commercial real estate's a lot easier to tokenize. There's already places tokenizing it, whereas, you can buy a fraction of the land. You can get in portions. It's great for, funding. It's great for investing, things of that nature. But I just thought this was a really cool document, guys, and this is all by BNY Mellon created. So if you want to pause it and just take a screenshot, I like to refer back to this, all right, for a lot of these groups. And I'm curious, what are we missing in this group? So the power of tokenization comes from allowing workflows to be standardized. Oh, sounds like a standard protocol, interoperability, ILP, and automated in safer, faster, cheaper ways. Exactly. All right. And if you guys are worried that you're invested into, some early elaborate Ponzi scheme, that's a complete joke to me. I mean, look, hype versus reality, just talking all about this, guys. We are seeing true use cases. Look at this. You're actually, providing revenue. There's operational efficiencies, reducing middlemen, providing more trust, security, speed. I just don't know what else to tell you guys. This is a true use case, similar to how people say we invest into stocks because we see the value within it. You invest into gold because you can hold it. Silver has plenty of applications. There's scarcity because it's physical, it's limited. Well, the same thing goes for cryptocurrencies. Now, some cryptocurrencies are absolute garbage, are absolute scams, are nothing more than just a white paper of empty promises to keep getting funding from investors. Yes, but there are legitimate projects in the space, and I can assure you XRP and the XRP ecosystem is one of the most well-funded and well-thought-out projects out there. And I'm going to be talking about QNT or Quant Network as well in a little speculation because they are, really working their head down. They don't really care about us retail folks, and I think that they're going to be working on something big in the future. And a lot of other researchers that you guys support in the XRP community agree with me on this, and I've talked to them, regarding this as well on the phone. All right, so thank you, Matthew. Next up, so we got a startup. This was shared by crypto_dash. So thank you for sharing. And again, definite follow here, just helping everybody, with the news and information. So right here we see startup tokenizes $2.2 billion in commercial real estate through Polymath. Now, I personally have never really talked about Polymath, maybe once or twice. Maybe I remember watching it during the bull run. I owned a few. Interesting regardless, but remember, we're just talking about commercial real estate, and it's talking about this whole marketplace. Red Swan has tokenized $2.2 billion in real estate through the security token platform Polymath. Now, there's a few things I want to go through here. Again, it represents 16 different Class A commercial properties based in Austin, Houston, Texas, through Brooklyn, New York, Oakland, Ontario, etc. And talks about the struggles it has. And this is what I wanted to emphasize. Tokenization has struggled to transform the multi-trillion-dollar real estate market as institutions hesitate to re-engineer back offices until they see liquidity. To develop liquidity, we need a standard. We need interoperability as well, along with regulation, all right? And more trials and proof of concepts. Right here, head of tokenization at Polymath says, or believes this project will work where others have failed, all right? So really interesting to see that. That is one of their concerns is liquidity. But the funny thing is, if you don't onboard people, you will not have liquidity to start with unless you somehow get these pools and incentivize these market makers and market takers. It's just kind of a chicken in the egg problem, if you guys realize that. All right, again, Polymath tokens are ST20 tokens running on Ethereum's blockchain. And then Red Swan, at least on their side, plans to switch over to an enterprise blockchain platform in the future for increased speed and security. Interesting. All right, so they want better, speed and security off of, it seems like, the Ethereum. Well, I wonder who will take the place. Will Tezos be successful? Will Cardano? You could arguably use a lot of blockchains out there. We'll see. But I just wanted to share that. Thought that was interesting. And these are actual things happening right now. These guys are the visionaries making this happen. This is tokenizing commercial real estate, just like I showed you in the previous document. All right. Next up, we got XRP_Stort in Switzerland. So AMMIS, AMNIS, expected to be the first payment service provider to provide SMEs with access to Ripple's network in the second quarter of 2020. Their starting currencies include Euro, USD, and the Japanese yen. Several other currencies, including the Brazilian real, which, Ripple's already working on for ODL, will be launching during the year. Now, what I found was interesting is here, AMMIS, and if you guys want to, see their site, right here. So again, currency exchange and international payments right out of Switzerland. We have the blog here. And then they're talking about XRP, of course, and the benefit, of course, is, it can be used as trading to be a medium to carry out money transfers within seconds, 365 days a year without counterparty risk. Interesting that they're going to be starting with the currencies with the most liquidity. And then another thing that I wanted to emphasize was AMMIS. Let's see, AMMIS right here. Thanks will evaluate the use of on-demand liquidity, aka XRP, already in Q2 2020, as we definitely do see the need as well as the benefit for our existing clients. So not only is it a benefit for the existing clients, it's a benefit for them. I mean, there's going to be cost savings and allow them to grow too and reinvest into the business and get their clients to save more fees and attract more clients to their platform with their cheaper fees and, of course, real-time settlements. Right, just wanted to share that. Thought that was pretty interesting. Let me see if I'm missing anything, and then stored as well. I just showed you the article, but then he took a screenshot, which is always appreciated, just to keep everything on Twitter when you're doing your research. You know, companies can benefit from the blockchain-based companies. We understand speed, transparency, costs. You guys are smart people. You know this like the back of your hand. All right, to finish things off, we have RBNZ launches new settlement platform. This is Matthew L-I-N-Y. So check this out. So right here, we got the Reserve Bank of New Zealand. They've launched a new payment settlement system that replaces the platform that it has operated over the last 2 decades, the last 20 years, guys. And it said today, February 26th, so yesterday, the new platform will operate through 2 systems. One is a real-time gross settlement platform, you know, RTGS. Okay, we see this time and time again with Ripple. We see the documents with NTT data, etc. And then a central securities depository called NZ Clear 2.0. These new market infrastructures are, this is the key, are based on applications developed by the Italian company SIA, S-I-A. These applications are already used by other central banks and I need to sign up. But anyways, look at this. SIA. Who do we know that is tightly connected with SIA? We know XRP, but then another group that, you know, runs Overledger is Quant. So SIA partners, this is back in 19. And keep in mind, the CEO, guys, if you look, I mean, back, I was talking to a buddy. If you guys look at the track record of these guys, you're going to be impressed. You're going to see quite a project that does not brag, that does not care about the funding of us everyday people, and is solely looking to solve an enterprise solution. Let's see what happens with this group. And again, that is in one of my favorites that I keep an eye on coinpaprika.com. So SIA partners with Quant Network to explore innovative solutions in blockchain interoperability for banks and FIs. The partnership agreement aims to integrate SIA chain infrastructure into Quant Network's blockchain operating system, so a true OS. And this is called Overledger, to develop and implement blockchain and DLT-based applications spanning different technologies. Keep in mind, we're talking about the standard in this video. We're talking about interoperability protocols. Overledger will do just that. It's an operating system to allow them to do this. So look, to explore blockchain interoperability and the creation of agnostic cross-platform applications and services for banks and FIs. First interoperability tests will be executed in R3's Corda and also Ethereum platforms. All right. Sorry, this is really weird when I'm scrolling through these types of websites. But look, right here with SIA chain alone, guys, this is what I'm emphasizing. 570 banks plus, and these are the nodes. Each one is owning a node, and to then run this application in Overledger, they do need to hold Quant tokens. And that is the idea where it will appreciate as well. I'll have to double check exactly the numbers and everything, how it works and how Quant will ideally, you know, appreciate. But it completely checks out, guys. I've done my research a lot, and I'll just have to go back over it because I read a lot of projects. So SIA Chain is a private infrastructure leveraging on 570 European network nodes with SIAnet. I mean, just absolute beast. And then this is the CEO I want you guys to look into. So this is Gilbert Verdian, CEO of Quant Network. And you can read a little bit more about SIA. You can read about Quant Network. Highly recommend doing your own research. Let me know if you have any questions. But please, there's this really cool site before you ask a question. It's, you know, spelled GOOGLE.com. And it can be very helpful. And of course, don't trust it right away. Look at some other articles. There's a lot of clickbait out there. But I highly recommend, guys, doing your own research and looking at other projects and diversifying too. I keep my bag of XRP forever. Don't touch it. But I am trying to profit and improve my position in other alts as well during this, you know, bear market. While we're down, it gets boring. It keeps me busy. It's something I really, really enjoy doing. So with that, guys, as always, I appreciate it. Remember to check the links in the description. We got the tax-free crypto Roth IRA. Now's the best time to buy while we are under 30 cents, guys. People are afraid to pull the trigger. They're going to come back and do it when it's $1, and I'll be shaking my head. We have crypto merch. We have the exchanges and cold wallets down below to secure your cryptocurrency for good. Do not leave large bags on exchanges. You do not know what could happen and the implications of that. Appreciate all of you that hit the like button, and until next time, thanks.